KD Beats. KD Beats.
Beats Planet.
Good evening. Good people, we're live. I am your host, Voch Skywalker. Boom! What's good, y'all? Hey, man, you know, we kicking it. We are kicking it. Me and Will still talk about this all the time. Whenever you get both of us in the same vicinity, nonsense is bound to happen. Energy is bound to be in the place. You know, it's one thing when it's just Voch talking in the box and Will talking in Skycam. I mean, it's cool. It's cool. But when we cutting up next to each other, man, shenanigans are abound.
Oh, y'all have no idea.
Walk up.
Hold on, where's the bottle? We got the bottle.
I got hit. Walk up. What's up, y'all? We tried to come together and have a conversation about how we were going to do content this week.
Yeah.
And, you know, Will was like, yo, Voch, you want to do the live show after practice? And I was like, At 9? At 9 p.m.? Nah. So what we're going to do is we're going to do like preview type shows. And we'll tell y'all what we are thinking going into camp. And then once we finally get a practice today, go talk about that shit tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're going to be doing. Cliff notes, footnotes, housekeeping, what we need from y'all. Me and Will Steele, and I have gotten this from him. This is his thing, right? He like to just be in the building and walk around and things, right? So if we stumble upon you, you need to find some type of way to communicate with us. Get a boom or hit a like find a way to make yourself known. You know what I'm saying? And then once we know who you are, then we'll I'll bow to you. If you drunk, you might bow back like this as an inside joke. Will is just shake your hand like a regular functioning human or whatever.
I ain't doing all that.
And everything will be cool. So I appreciate y'all for being here, Swatty Cop. Hey, appreciate y'all. I'm your host.
Hey, Vachi.
You got something?
I got something, not for you, but
Oh well, shit. VOCHL whack ass Lombardi intro. I'm being point guarded by the best of the business. Master Williams said,
It's your boy.
something light.
"Yeah, something." You only picked the light thing because you didn't
I
want
didn't
to.
want to,
You really got a 5-minute intro that you could have killed me
Let
with.
me just say this. I don't want to. I don't want to.
Little brother, man.
Yeah.
You don't want a little brother.
Feel good.
It's all good. I appreciate y'all for being here. Couple things I want to talk about today. Camp cuts are coming up soon. And there's a lot of dynamics that come with, roster cuts. There's a lot of dynamics that come with team building. It's never just about who's the better guy. We got a bunch of clues. Now, Will doesn't really like to talk the mess necessarily. I love good mess.
You love the mess.
I will come and talk about mess expeditiously. As soon as I see some mess, I will talk about it. But Will's trying to build relationships so he can interview these guys.
Oh, you better stop that.
Dorrance Armstrong is going to be a Colt, and he's going to be in Jacksonville. So it's bound to happen. It's bound to happen, Master
That's
William.
some good mess, though. I ain't gonna lie.
That's some good because okay. Let's just get into it. Let's just do that, right? One thing that I'm always saying about this team, Will, is that this isn't like the old teams to where, it's easy to just make these handful of cuts. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, this is a guy that, I don't know, we just picked him up to see just get him up out of here. I feel like everybody that's in that top part of that roster, and they all have a place. Like we got depth guys, but everybody fits a thing. Like, Bo isn't just like some backup nose guy. Like he's second Hankins guy because he's 350. You know what I'm saying? Mozzie is a dude that can work at 3 tech and 1 tech. Neville is a guy that's floating around. Villiami is a dude that got multiple jobs. But hey, we've been calling Isaiah Land a linebacker, but you put this dude at edge and now he's flashing loudly.
Did you peep? Isaiah Land and Tyrus Wheat have kind of switched their roles from the beginning. And,
yes.
And I kind of like Tyrus Wheat off ball a little bit. I didn't expect to like it.
Well, when you watch Tyrus Wheat's film at Mississippi State, he did a whole bunch of stuff. He did linebacker. He played some nickel corner. He'll blitz from there. He'll drop out into the flats. So I guess it'll just make sense I don't want to call him Dollar General Micah because I'm trying to get an interview with him one day.
Stop.
But in a way that we would want Micah to be, right? We'll see Tyrus Wheat blitz from either edge, or he'll blitz at linebacker in B gap. He'll do things, at nickel and he'll blitz or whatever, right? It's refreshing to see 91 all over the place. But Tyrus Wheat is a dude, and when I talk about these loud camps, Will, still, you're not allowed to be just a fluttering name. You're not allowed to be somebody that's just an older veteran. You're not allowed to just be, Semi Fehoko when all these other guys are going crazy. You can't be Neville Gallimore and other guys are going crazy. You can't be Kelvin. Cornerback room's getting hurt. Eric Scott kind of getting beat up on, so Kelvin Joseph is living or whatever. But dog, the loud camp theory, we got to talk about this one day. The loud camp theory really puts a bunch of these dudes in a bad spot. And Isaiah Land, we know the coaches love him. Ever since day one, we heard the coaches love him. And then you put that dude on the field. It's one thing for the coaches to love him just to, the prospect of what he could be. But when you see him on the field and he's bendy and he's long and he's creating pressure and he's really putting hands on quarterbacks, whether he's getting sacks or not, he's just constantly beating the dude in front of him. Now you're looking at the other edge, it's like, all right, what you about to do? Yeah.
They have to they're probably going to make a decision, right? I think we did the numbers earlier. 7. I think we counted 7 edge guys. If you count Micah. Not carrying 7, right? and we the mess was about Dorrance Armstrong, but I think it's something to that.
Brian Broaddus came out and said this. What he say, Will? He was like, hey, man, trades might happen. And we always have this one joke about Brian, right? Just whenever he said, hey, man, you know, I ain't saying nothing, boy, but just hey, you could be trading for a guard soon, for an offensive lineman soon. Just keep your eyes open for that. I think there's trails to that, right? And then we're seeing other news from other places about offensive linemen. And then we could just, you know, do the math in our own head, Will. Still, we don't need D linemen. We don't need corners. You know what I mean? We don't need wide receivers. Those rooms are thick as it is, you know, running back, whatever. But, bro, like, offensive line is the last piece. And you always talk about leaving stones unturned. And if it's any stone that needs to be flipped the hell over,
that's the one.
Is offensive line right now.
Yeah. And Stephen Jones, he talked about it before the Seattle game.
Sure.
He talked about how, look, y'all not just competing with the guys in the room. You competing with guys around the league and also probably the free agent market. So,
sure.
You know, with the new cut down rule, it would not shock me if Will McClay and his guys already have a list of dudes. I can't, just the way they've been moving this offseason, bro. Sure. I can't see them just like, you know what, we're good here.
And you know what makes it so weird, right? Practice squad isn't just some, you know, untouchable list, right? It's not just some red shirt thing where we're just going to save you till next year. Like, teams have rights, you know what I'm saying? If these dudes aren't on your team, then another team can go, okay, boom. So you mean to tell me if some other team, Isaac Alarcon is starting edge for them, and they look at the film and they go, damn, boy, this FAMU kid, boy, this Isaiah Land kid, boy, for the Cowboys.
Ain't no way, dog.
Will Steele, if these teams look at their third pass rush, we got our last pulled up, and I ain't finna fool with it right now. But I would love to see who Arizona's fourth pass rusher is. Now, we have an embarrassing embarrassing number of pass rushes we like. Our fourth pass rush is a dude that we value. Like we're talking about Dorrance, like, all right, but teams, like, he has trade value somehow.
He has to have trade. Now if the money thing is a real thing, maybe that'll thwart it a little bit. But this isn't a knock to DA. Sure, this is more so of protecting your now and making sure your future is there too. Because that's my whole thing about when I'm moving a guy. Sure, am I affecting my ability to win now? Yes. If I'm able to get a player for DA. Mm-hmm. That'll help me, say, 6-man type of situation on offensive line, I don't know that you're necessarily affecting that in a negative way. I think that's good. Sure. But if I'm just trading DA for a third or fourth round pick for 2024, I don't care about that shit, bro. Sure. I don't care.
Dorrance Armstrong is a better player than Isaiah Land right now. Dante Fowler is a better player than Isaiah Land right now. But, boy, somebody called your show, and they was like, man, Isaiah Land is like these two people. And I was like, I don't know, but I see like little Randy Gregory stuff in Isaiah Land. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? I just see and of course that's a tad bit of hyperbole, right? He's not, because if he was Randy Gregory, his ass would have got drafted like Randy Gregory, or he'd have got drafted somewhere. But he has that bendy thing. He has the bendy thing. He has the bursty thing. He has that lengthy thing. Pause if needed, but if needed. But Isaiah, hit the button. Hit some button.
Where is that?
Isaiah Land is not a dude that some other team can look at and go, hey, man, I'd love to have him. I'd love to have him. And this dude on my team ain't doing nothing with this edge spot. Yeah. They will take Isaiah Land from you. But I don't think they'll take Junior Fajoko from you.
So you're talking practice squad.
I'm talking practice squad. Because you just can't put Isaiah Land on practice squad. But he can't make your team neither.
Well, hold on. Because we're skipping a part here. Okay. Forget practice squad. Okay. Because if he makes the practice squad, that's actually a little bit of an advantage for you, because they have to come to Dallas and say, hey, or Isaiah Land goes to Dallas, hey, the Giants want to sign me. Oh, really? Hey, DA, your ankle hurt, right? Sure. IR, we're going to call him. Sure. So if they cut Land, he has to go through waivers. Sure. I don't see him making it out of waivers. That's where I'm getting at. He ain't even get the practice squad.
Even that, right? He's an impressive, young, high upside player. And, when we talk about teams that's roster building, that's how you win, like, long term, right? Yeah. Just an undrafted dude that you can develop. And we've been talking about this too. Same thing with John Stevens, right? It's not the right now. Mm-hmm. But, man, Isaiah Land in 3 years might be crazy. John Stevens in 3 years might be a guy.
And here's the thing about Land, though. It's not right now. Mm-hmm. Okay? Right. But if he were to have to play, it's not like he can't do the one thing they're only going to ask him to do.
Just pass rush. Just
go get the kill.
You ain't even got to stop the run.
Right.
You ain't got to stop. Just go pass rush. Sure.
So, he's a guy that you might – I don't know. It's early, but if you don't carry him on the 53 – on the 46 – mm-hmm. if you have to, I don't think you get worse from a pass rushing standpoint because he has those type of traits to affect the quarterback, affect the pocket. Where you may get worse at, maybe you get worse in the run game.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe it get worse if he has to play 25 snaps as opposed to 7. But if you say, hey, Land, I need you to go out there for 7 snaps and 5 of them, you just pinning your ears back because DA or Dante and all these guys are hurt, man, I think he can do that.
So it'll be Isaiah Land versus Jabril Cox. Isaiah Land versus Jalen Brooks.
If you're trying to get DA and Land on the field, on the team.
And DA is an important piece in this.
Yes.
DA is an important piece in this because, and man, I hope DA not watching this, bro, because I would love to get the interview. Yo, DA, this ain't just cut the stream off. Only DA. Everybody else, we need y'all to keep watching.
Hold on, I'm gonna mute the microphone real quick.
Will Steele, DA not nice enough to be missing preseason like that.
I mean,
he's not.
That's real.
He's not. I mean, Osa will come out and like get a series or something. If Osa can get a series and come off, DA can get a series and come off. Like Micah and D-Law, it makes sense to me. Van Der Esch ain't playing because he hurt guy. He's veteran guy. That
is older. There's no need for that, yeah.
I don't need to see Zach Martin and like Tyron them play, right? But Dorrance Armstrong, why you not playing? Honestly, and I ain't really been hearing nothing from Dorrance. You would think that they bubble wrapping Dorrance. I haven't heard a thing from. I've heard more from Bo Hanna.
That is very interesting. You don't even hear or see. Forget hearing. You don't even see it.
I mean, I've seen Dante Fowler make plays.
Yeah.
I've seen D-Law beating the shot. And Mike is having a loud camp right now. I haven't seen anything from Dorrance. And you would think that they bubble wrapping Dorrance, but if we roll out in week 1 versus the Giants and Sam Williams out there, I need answers. I need to hear from somebody. If it's Sam Williams, D-Law, and Micah's just roaming somewhere, I need answers. Because at that point, there has to be a dispute going on. There has to be some nonsense happening. And I hope Dorrance don't want more money because I think Dorrance making more money. I ain't going to count his pockets like that, bro. But, I mean, you better get this little $38.
He making some money. He making some money for what he is, in my opinion. But
about $5-6 million, something like that?
Roughly, yeah. I think he got like a $13.5 million contract last year. So I don't know how much was guaranteed, but he made a little bit of money. So maybe he's looking to get security. And Dallas is like, there is absolutely no way I'm extending you, knowing I got Sam Williams and now potentially Isaiah Land. Professor O dropped this, and I wanted to bring this up because I am not a fan of this right here. He says, interesting, per Todd Archer, Stephen Jones said the Cowboys have safeties who can play linebacker and mentioned Wanye Thomas. I do not like this. And let me tell you why, man. In a pinch, in a package, I'm the overhang guy, I'm the big nickel guy, whatever. DQ been doing that for a long time.
Quarters. Yeah.
Linebacker things, down in, down out. And I'm including J-Ron, bro. There's not a safety on that team that you want to stick in the middle of the field and say, you direct guys, you put them here, you put them there, and you deal with these centers and guards down in, down out. Yeah. I do not like this if that's the plan. I think they need to either see if they got, if they count on Jabril Cox, Devin Harper to be your linebackers or go out and get a linebacker. But thinking that of Wanye Thomas, by the way, who has done good things, and that's a weird name to bring up because he's a free safety.
Wanye? Yeah, like why
That's a weird name. Wanye is a free. And you saw it in the 2 preseason games where he can get caught. Yeah, in the run game because he's not adapt, in my opinion, to being down there. Sure. So I don't like this, Voch. I don't know how you feel about it.
Turpin can play linebacker too, huh? just put anybody anywhere, huh?
Wanye Thomas. That's kind of wild.
I mean, unless you really got faith in your D line to keep those guys safe. I mean, maybe, but that's not a thing. What Van Der Esch does is totally different than what you can ask Wanye to do. I hate it. Like you were saying, yeah, there are packages where like J-Ron looks linebackery, but that's different than being a linebacker. Yes. Donovan is the most linebackery safety on the team, and I don't think Donovan and Wanye are like close in terms of like being able to do those things. So, it's strange that Steven would say that. It's strange that he would say that just loudly, publicly like that.
Is he telling us to look over here, and he's going to do something else?
I think Harper.
While we looking here,
I think if Harper needed to play, he'll play. I think it's Harper. And after that, I don't know what Malik Jefferson's hamstring is like. I don't know.
Apparently, he's not ready. So
Jabril Cox that they've been trying to cut Brillo for years. They just keep not doing nothing with him. They just keep.
I mean, he's had a solid preseason. Solid's not enough though for me to be like, hey, I don't need to bring nobody.
I trust you now. I trust Brillo.
Yeah, I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet with any of these guys. You know, they again, Harper and Jabril have had solid preseasons, but you're talking about LVE who gets dinged up.
Yeah.
How many years? Been like five, six
years.
So 4 out of 5 years, LVE has missed time.
Yep.
Something like that, right?
Yeah.
Or been dinged up, what have you. Listen, I love Damone Clark. I think he's going to be fantastic, but that's still just one guy. And he doesn't have the crazy experience, too. So what if he gets dinged up?
Yeah.
We good with Brillo and Devin Harper for 5 games or 3 games? Playoffs? I don't know. Not right now. Not in, what's today? August 22nd?
Yeah.
I ain't.
My only logic is that, boy, this D-line got to be going so crazy. They got to be going so crazy, and this Overshown thing hurts, bro.
Yeah,
this Overshown
100%.
thing hurts. But I don't want to get too carried. I want to go right back to hating on Dorrance Armstrong.
Yeah, my bad. Kind of went away from that.
Now you good. So you said something earlier this morning that I like, and if y'all aren't watching Will Steele in the morning, y'all need to please, because his show is like a prelude to my show. I'm not trading Dorrance for like a 5th round pick or something like that. You know, he's more important. This Super Bowl run you on right now, he's more important to you than a day 3 pick, but a player that you can get back. If you can get a solid starting, level offensive lineman for Dorrance Armstrong, you all in on that?
All the way in. I was thinking about this after the show, man. Like, just think about where and then we're going back to the offensive line. Think about where we were in 2021 and how much we were kind of complaining and low key. If we were in that situation now, we'd be happy. And this is what I mean.
Yeah.
Terrence Steele was your backup.
Oh, man.
People who hated Lyle Collins, that version, I would take on this team right now. Take him right now.
As a swing guy.
Whatever the hell. Guard.
Just on the team.
Just put him on the damn team.
I fought Lael at guard for years. I'll take him now.
I take him.
I'll take Lael at guard, yeah.
Tyden Secchi, who ain't-ish.
I'll take Tyden Secchi.
I take Tyden Secchi right now because you lived.
Yeah.
And you lived a good life.
Sure.
We forget. He lived a good life with that offensive line, but it wasn't up to the Great Wall standards.
The Great Wall standards, sure.
There's no Tyden Secchi. Sure. There's no Terrence Steele. There is, but there's no backup Terrence Steele.
I'll take one of the Cams.
Hey, you know who else was a backup? Connor McGovern. Our backups were Connor McGovern, Terrence Steele, Tyden Secchi, and that sometimes it was Lyle Collins. And we was like, man, what is this?
Trash hands. And now we like, boy, Brock Hoffman might have to play.
Brock Hoffman. Matt Fournier.
Yo, TJ Bass winning the battle, boy.
Motherfucker, Matt Waletzko's shoulders don't work.
Both of them.
You can do this with Matt Waletzko's shoulders and just fold them. He just cave in. He ain't got no, what are these called? He ain't got the collarbones, the clavicles. He just fold. You know what I mean? So, I'm all for getting me a six. I call him 6-man because that's what it is. Because this line for 4 years in a row has proven you need a 6-man.
But boy, the rest of this team is ridiculous. Boy, the rest of the team. I mean, if we had to sacrifice
the Suki Tyden Suki.
If we had to sacrifice offensive line to get better everywhere else, man, I guess, bro. But it's just not a good looking thing right now. I remember Josh Jones from draft season. I heard it's been going around. It's a tweet that's been going around. It's saying, "Hey, man, Josh Jones look like a dude that might be traded week 1," and everybody's talking about that. I try to stay away from
Josh Jones, a safety.
He's a tackle.
Okay,
he's a tackle. I believe he was from Houston, maybe like a red jersey or something. That's how I remember a lot of these college guys. Red jersey, I believe. But he'll be a solid offensive lineman for you. But my whole thing is how much of a backup guy is Dorrance? Because if you do acquire Josh, then Josh not going to play until Tyron gets hurt. Josh not going to play for you until Tyron gets hurt. But when Tyron gets hurt, because it's going to happen, whenever Tyron gets hurt, you'll have a adequate backup tackle situation. Yeah. We ain't got one right now.
Tyler, that's your guy. But who's our right guy if something happened to Terrence?
We ain't got a guard guy. Well, yeah, we ain't got shit. Awesome
is going to have to be it.
Austin Rich has got to be swing everybody. What they see out of Fournier,
or TJ. But the problem, TJ and Awesome haven't played the other side yet.
Sure,
I guess, but TJ probably can. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think they need to work on that this week.
I don't know where's this idea that we hear from. Oh, they feel like Fournier can play all 5 positions. I don't know where they see that at, but I can legitimately see Fournier being that guy. And even when you watching film, Matt Fournier looks like a center. Like he plays like a center. You know what I mean? And he ain't really taking over that guard thing. You know what I'm saying? Because like when Josh Ball, and look, I ain't trying to hear none of y'all say nothing about how well Josh Ball plays. What's the majority? You can't mess over me your whole life and bring me flowers one time and it's all forgiven. Not gonna be able to do it. I'm not gonna just believe in Josh, but while we was up here hating on Josh, I thought that would be a fantastic time for Fournier to be like, all right, I'm the veteran here. I'm going to take this right guard spot, behind Zach and make everybody feel better. And Fournier didn't do that. Like T.J. Bass came in and did that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just, I don't know, bro. I feel like this is what I will say. I've seen Dak Prescott be great with the 30th pass rush win rate offensive line.
Sure.
And I think this offensive line is better than that offensive line. Because Tyler Smith at guard, and I love that. Tyler Smith at guard, and I love that, and I
don't agree. You talking about last year?
I think Tyron and Tyler is better than Tyler and McGovern.
See, it's the depth for me. Jason Peters was here.
Depth is trash. Yeah.
Jason was here, and that kind of made me feel a little bit better. You're right though, Connor. That tandem is better.
And look, let me tell you why I'm not really
a backup center last year.
Fournier, I guess. Let me tell you why I'm not
McGovern. He slid over.
Kind of McGovern, sure. Yeah. Let me tell you why I'm not the biggest fan like Jason Peters coming back neither, because he got hit.
No, not now, but last year, JP.
Sure, but like he got hurt, like he had a hip injury, and offensive linemen's hips are like wide receiver ACLs. You know what I'm saying? And he's 42. And he's 390 pounds, dog, on hips. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, dog, if he was able to, like, Lael Collins, like, his hip got messed up, and Lael hadn't been Lael since. All these offensive linemen have hip problems.
I mean, Peters is not going to solve anything for it. Make you feel better for, like, a game or two. But in reality, if Peters has to play multiple games, you get concerned. You want to run this back to Sam Williams and our Dorrance Armstrong super chats here, because we're not going to be able to get them all.
Please.
But if I catch them, I'll try to get to them.
Please.
Ralph, I'll get to yours. We're not really going to go too crazy on that one. But Robert dropped 5 and was like, in my opinion, we're overhyping Sam. We barely even talked about Sam. We just
I haven't said a word about Sam. He had a great game.
Yeah, I mean, Sam's nice, but he said he's not better than Dorrance. Dorrance is a dog.
What's a dog to you?
What makes DA a dog and not Sam, Ralph? Or not Ralph, I'm sorry, Robert, number 1. Number 2, we barely even talked about Sam, but we do believe in Sam Williams. Mm-hmm. I'm just a bit baffled how one is the dog and the other. What makes one the dog and not the other?
I tell you this: the dude.
What is overhyping of Sam Williams?
The dude that's better in the run game is the dog. Work off, which is Sam.
Yeah, I mean,
which is Sam.
Look, we haven't even. I know you're joking, but we're not shitting on DA. Mm-hmm. But if I can get quality in return for DA, I'm doing that. I'm not trading Sam. Put it this way. Let me ask you.
Sure.
You trading Sam or you trading DA?
I'm trading DA.
Come on, man. I mean, there you go.
DA got 1 year on his contract. DA.
Throw the contract out.
The contract out?
Throw it out.
Sam's a better player.
All right.
Sam's a better player.
Ralph asked this. I mean, we'll address it because you salute for the super chat. He said, "What up, Voch and Will? How real is the trade for Jonathan Taylor?"
It's not.
I don't even know about no trade for Jonathan Taylor.
It's not.
Unless he means Cowboys interested in Jonathan Taylor.
There's a Jonathan Taylor that play guard or something?
Yeah, then we're not trading
for
Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, we could talk. But no.
Yeah, so I wanted that super chat made sense in the conversation we were having, because we were talking about if you're going to move DA, you're moving for a quality offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sam, I think, is the key to unlocking Micah. I think Sam is because I think Micah played a whole bunch of defensive end, even in these rundowns, because we couldn't rely on Dorrance to be rundown guy. You know what I'm saying? Sam is such a better run guy than Dorrance, and I ain't me hating on Dorrance. Like you
brought up Sam, so we're gonna talk about the positives of Sam Williams now.
Look at Sam's only thing was he was inconsistent. He was inconsistent. That was Sam's, and that could be attributed to like rookie things, right? But another year of Sam looks stronger. Sam seems to have a little more restraint. Sam's making plays in preseason
holding back that punch.
Like he almost flipped. But I fell down. We just fell down again. Like Sam is the better player. And if who's the better pure pass rusher? Look, Dorrance stumbled into a lot of sacks. Into more sacks than he's ever had. He stumbled into them. Sam just creates more sacks than Dorrance does. I mean, some of Dorrance's sacks come off of gap exchanges that he did with Micah or whatever. Sam,
I mean, there's no way you put on the film of last year and you see how DA gets his and how Sam gets his, and you walk away saying, you know what, that guy's the better pass rusher, right? That guy has the biggest upside. Or that guy, no. Sam Williams is the better pass rusher in my opinion. Yeah. In half the snaps, he had half as many sacks as Dorrance Armstrong. You know, and his pressure rate was better, and he had more tackles for loss, and he was better against the run. And that's year one Sam Williams, who struggled a bit out the gate, right? Those first couple games we were talking about on the show where you saw him kind of biting and getting got as a young rookie, and then he developed a little bit more. And when he played significant snaps, he usually performed. So, and then the opposite for DA, unfortunately, the last half of the season, it was quiet for him. You know?
Dorrance Armstrong or Kevontae Turpin for you?
DA.
I agree with
DA. I mean, look, your bread is buttered defensively.
Let's go and get Turpin about here, man.
Well, man, you ask me between them two.
But look, though, even in the context of Sam is better, I ain't really just trying to – I don't want to get rid of DA like that. I would love for DA to, you know, get just a handful of less snaps. You know what I'm saying? Just –
bless you.
Pardon me. I would love for DA to be – because all these dudes play. They're all gonna play anyway. I just want Sam to get more snaps, and I just think Sam is a dude that can that works in better tandem with Micah Parsons. I don't think that – like this idea of – and look, we saw it, Will. Like, whenever something stopped working on Dan Quinn, they went to something else, right? So it was runs up the middle, and we fixed that. Then it became, like, perimeter thing, because they never run the D-Law side. So then it became, like, D-Law, Hankins, and Osa they got better at, run game. All right, we're just going to run on Dorrance side. All right, cool. We'll put Micah there. And Micah was a better run guy than Dorrance. It all was a thing that played off of each other.
Shouts out to our connect. But protect it. We're not going to mention names, but – he was given a talking to about his run defense.
Shouts out.
So when you get called in the office, and you're told you need to be better at this.
Yeah.
We don't like what you're doing here. Damn them 8 sacks that you saw there, we getting got because of you.
Yo, Will. And then after all that, he walked right back in the office and say, hey, I know y'all just fussed at me, but can I get more money? Can I get some bread? Dog, they ready to kick your ass up out of here, dog. Let me go get an offensive lineman, quit playing, man.
So it's one of those things, step up or step out, and usually we talk about competition, making people better. I don't, again, it goes back to what you said. How is he not on the field?
Sure.
Because Sam is one of those dudes that's going to push him for playing time, and he's not able to fight, or is it one of those situations where it was like Tristan last year where they said, hey, fella, sit down, trade deadline's coming up, we're going to try to move you.
Yeah. So maybe they are bubble wrapping Dorrance being away. We just don't want Dorrance to get hurt.
Feels like it.
Ah, man. We're going to know week 1. Unless a move happens soon, we're going to know in week 1. I was listening to Brian Broaddus have a conversation. He was on the radio. He said it publicly on the radio, so this is no hidden information or anything like that. He says he thinks, and whenever Brian thinks, I just listen because I ain't no telling what that means. He thinks that there's going to be a big trade, possibly for offensive line, but they're going to try to claim some defenders off the wires or whatever.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, you got all these cuts that'll happen. It's impossible for everybody to get claimed, right? So I think there might be some guys worthy of taking a look at. But you can't leave any stone unturned. I think you have to look into the free agent market. You got to peek into the trade market. And I think what you might see, I saw this posted before. There might be some trades that happen. What is it? Monday. Tuesday type or Monday or Sunday type situation after training camp or after preseason's over and right before these cuts because people want to secure their guy.
Sure.
I don't want, I'll pick up the phone just saying that Chiefs, ex-player, guard, linebacker, whatever. What are you guys planning on doing? Yeah, we're going to give him a cut. Well, we don't really want him to go through the waiver wire. How about you take this 7th round conditional pick or you take this 6th round conditional pick Guaranteed. And let us get him on the roster. That way I don't got to worry about that. So that's something that could happen as well.
Do you bring back Taco Charlton for a cup of coffee? How crazy would Cowboy Nation go if Taco Charlton came back as your 6th defensive end?
I don't even got the button for that, man.
For what?
I don't even got the button.
Motherfucker, for what?
No.
That's some healthy D-line conversation. Though. And it's just a lot of things that come into play. It's more than just who's the better player. Like Land, I think Land has the potential to be a great player one day. But we are in the Super Bowl window.
Yep.
We're in the Super Bowl window. We're trying to win right now.
That's the conversation.
What's your thoughts on Neville Gallimore? You asked me about it last night, and we never really talked about it. What's your thoughts on Neville?
I didn't. It was kind of the same thing that happened in Week 1 preseason, and nothing has really moved me.
Yeah.
And Fehoko flash.
What his name is? What you say?
Fehoko.
Look at these. Look at these. Okay.
Viliami. Yeah.
Yeah.
He flashed. I mean, look, the only reason I'm bringing up Fehoko is because we were having that conversation. Fehoko Gallimore, right? A couple weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago.
And Gallimore had yet to quote unquote flash. And then after preseason Week 1, I'm seeing like chatter about Neville Gallimore. I'm like, all right, let me go watch Neville Gallimore.
Sure.
What the hell was y'all watching tonight that made y'all bring up Neville Gallimore like he was doing something? He did nothing in that first half.
Yeah.
In the Seattle game, it was a kind of a bunch of the same. It's like, I mean, he's there.
He's
a veteran.
There. He's there. He's alive. It's just I don't know. We just ain't got nobody. I would love to have like John Ridgeway over Neville Gallimore right now.
Yes.
Yeah. What do you think about Semi Fehoko?
He's on outs, right?
Yeah.
I don't even know if he can save himself in this Raiders game.
He's like the eighth guy.
I mean, I would rather a cropper and see if I could develop that.
And they just keep throwing these bubbles to him, right? They don't let him.
Yeah.
They don't really let him like stretch and run like he should be doing.
That's Greer. Greer gets the line of scrimmage. He sees you're off 10, and he has a check with me. And it's kind of an unwritten thing. If they're off 10 yards, he's going to turn around. Greer's not going to hand it off. He's going to throw it. And that ain't working.
Yeah.
Or it didn't work last game, I should say.
Malik Davis, what do you think about Malik Davis?
He's going to cut. I mean, I don't think they're going to carry 4. I think they'll do a situation where they'll try to get him back on the practice squad. But, I mean, there's so many running backs. I'm not going to shed a tear if they don't bring him back. I wish him the best. Yeah. But I can't. Do you see 4?
I don't see it.
Are you willing to go 4? And there was a point in time, and honestly, I still do feel a little nervous about having Rico be, counted on in the sense of he's a hurt guy.
Yeah.
Right? So, but my stance on this is if I'm going to go 4 because I'm worried about Rico, I'm okay if it's not Malik. I'm okay if I scour the waiver wire.
Sure. Yeah, he can go. I'm not really here for Malik. I mean, because if that's the case, I'll just draft a running back next year. I had 2 more guys on my mind. Okay, so what do we do with Nahshon? Because I'm just thinking about like different roster cuts.
But here's the crazy thing about the IR. I forgot about this, dude. And somebody could tell me in the chat. Do they have to make the team to go on IR to return? I mean, I think that is a case.
They have to make the team first. And
I think you have to say, hey, we're putting you on the team, but then boom, we'll hit you on IR.
That makes things very difficult.
Sure. Yeah. And then if they do elect to put you on IR, now I think you're done.
Yeah.
So, not that out there will be missing Nahshon, right? But if they want to keep him around, so I think that is the thing there. So you got to kind of decide, hey, C.J. Goodwin, Sean McEwen,
John Stevens got to make it through waiver.
Well, see, the thing with John is you could just put him on IR.
Yeah.
Because he's not going to play.
Right.
So and then he stays with you. I know it's going to sound crazy. Cooper Rush. I mean, I'm talking about guys that you go to and say, hey, we're going to cut you to make sure we get Nahshon right. Whoever's ouched, right, and put them on IR and bring you back.
You don't think somebody to pick up Cooper Rush for just to...
No, well, you go to Cooper Rush with the understanding.
Yeah.
You go because he won't go through waivers.
Kickers definitely, right? Like you probably gonna cut all your kickers and
you only got one.
Well, yeah, for sure. Your kicking team guys, like your placeholder and not Brad Anger, no, but your long snappers. What I'm saying.
If you need to play that if you need to go that deep into the bag, you might not need to.
Yeah.
But I think that is if you're trying to get some of these guys on here and then put them on IR, you go to these veterans that don't qualify for the waiver wire.
Are you playing Deuce Vaughn in his last preseason game?
No.
We talked a couple weeks ago. I was like,
motherfucker, for what?
I was like, hey man, we might as well just play a little bit of 2-hand touch. And Will Still was like, but Voch, the integrity of football.
Yeah, I mean that's real. That's two different conversations.
Then Overshawn got hurt.
Two different conversations. What was the conversation I said? Don't play him. Talking about Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
If you're worried about somebody getting hurt, you don't play them.
I don't want to play nobody that got any kind of role, bro. Any kind of role on his team in the regular season, bro. Like Hunter Lipke should have 40 carries this week.
Yeah, and Will Grier should have 45 attempts, and he will, I think, apparently.
Yeah. Like we shouldn't see nobody important this week, bro. And it hurt it hurts for Overshawn so bad because you just saw him working it. He was green dot dude for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like you just saw him working his way in there. But I don't know. He's clearly a make the team an IR guy. He's not going anywhere, and he's going to be a big part of this thing next year. And as far as making the team, Viliami Fehoko. What you think about that?
There's not many players I think that are playing in this game that you're looking at and saying, well, we need you to perform to make the team or have a role.
Sure.
I think Feoko's safe. He's a 4th-round pick. I'm not worried about that. But it's more the sense of does Feoko flash enough to say, okay, we'll carry you and we'll put you on, the non-46, or we carry you and we kind of like there might be something there to sub in packages, et cetera, et cetera. He's a guy that if he goes out there and plays with his hair on fire, he could change how they think in there. But there ain't many guys this week. I think they pretty much know.
I think this team is so stacked and so meticulously organized. I don't think there's any room for I'm gonna make my way here and work my way on. So, like, I don't think there's anything Simi can do.
No, I mean he's got the 5 if you count Turpin.
Yeah.
But you said Viliami though, right? Not
same. I'm not gonna be racist, but yeah, both of them really, Viliami and Simi, really, both of them.
Well, they're not gonna cut the 4th-round pick. That's just not how Will McClay operates. It's just a matter if they hit him with an ouch or they again, hey, we don't care for you, Gallimore, so we're gonna carry Feoko. And honestly, I'm not keeping. We had this conversation weeks ago.
Sure.
Are you losing anything without Gallimore? Feoko will get picked up.
Well, if you say so, man. Chat, do y'all have any questions before we get out of here and go check out what's going on at the Star and get practice going? Scott just cussed out about Scott just cussed out about like you. Hey, man. Turpin on the team, bro. It's over with. Turpin's on the team. Now we just
Turpin was in street clothes, fam, after the first quarter.
Yeah,
or whatever it was.
It's a
I text you, I was like, hey, dog, I think I'm going to make the team. He's street clothes.
It's right. And I don't want to see nobody but Durden, Cropper, Simi, Jalen Brooks.
Jalen, yeah, he need to get some. Right. Drummond. Yeah, there should be no need to have the top 5 really guys out there, including Kevontae Turpin. Just if he's on the team, just sit his ass down.
Yeah.
So we're looking at Cropper, Dennis Houston, Jose Barbone.
Yeah.
Drummond and David Durden if he's clear from the concussion.
Yeah. All right. Chat, y'all have any questions? Y'all got anything before we get about here?
Tyron Johnson, that's another one.
Y'all got anything you want to say?
Shaq, as you were right, you said any advice for fans going to practice for the first time?
Nope.
Get in line.
His mother's in line right now.
Yeah.
He waiting it out.
Yeah, but for this, there's not much, man. It's a wonderful experience because you're inside. You don't got to deal with this heat.
Yeah.
They're gonna have some cool things down there for the kids to do and whatnot. Depending on how far you are down the field, and that's the beauty of this. You don't got to buy tickets to get. So if you get here first come first serve, if you get down, in a certain area, you'll be up close and really no matter where you sit, it's a good view.
Yeah.
So man, just come through.
Quinn said, how you feel about Austin Ridges? I like Austin Ridges. I don't know if he's gonna play guard or tackle though, but they'll put him where they need him to be, wherever they need him to be.
I said when he got drafted, there's something there for Austin Ridges. Just continue to keep developing him. Yeah. I think he got a future with this team.
Yeah. Metri says, what's up with Princeton Fant? We actually ran into Princeton Fant.
I read it, yeah. The real one. No, seriously though. This time I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. This when I came back.
Oh, no, you look like.
I ran into him and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna just keep it moving just in case it ain't him because I called some random Cowboy Princeton Fant. I said Noah first. Mm-hmm. Hey, man, Noah Fant. Huh? Princeton. Nah. I was, you know what? Have a good day.
I don't even play football. Oh, my bad, dog. All right, y'all. We're going to get up out of here, man. We're going to get some camp practice going. Does Viliami Fehoko make the team? We'll say, yeah. I say, I don't know. We'll see.
He make it, man.
Love y'all to pieces, man. We're going to get some coverage.
25 push-ups on air that he make it.
For what?
Just cause. Something fun.
No.
Damn.
Nothing fun about that.
Voch big, strong ass can't do 25 push-ups, y'all.
I mean, I can. I'm just not going to do it if I don't have to. I can do them on my fists because that's what they make us do.
Diamond.
I'm not gonna sit here and let y'all. I'm waiting for you to find your butt. All right. Hey man, if y'all see us out there, man, say what's up to us. We ain't doing nothing else. We just out there chilling, man. Y'all follow us on all social medias. Y'all follow Voch Lombardi, Skywalker, Steele. We're gonna try to get some audience engagement content. So tap in with us. We're going to do some other things. So hit us up.
Fan Noah, fuck out of here, Cat.
Y'all hold down with the dose. Peace, squeeze. Till next time. Bye.
Okay, now I gotta go find here because I don't got my button. So
Okay, so just
go.
outro,
Raid.
outro,
Now.
outro.